Tyrann Mathieu's 34th career interception in the Saints' big win over the Cowboys. Thank you so much for joining us.
That's the honey badger.
That's the honey badger.
Come on now, give him his respect. That's the honey badger.
Thank you for coming on with us today. How confident are you guys? 2 wins to start the season, big wins, big offensive performances, big defensive performances. You guys are the talk of the league right now.
I mean, we're extremely confident. I think, you know, we also recognize that, man, it's a long season. And, you know, but we do remember, too, from the last couple of years, us not starting fast, right? Like, and, you know, towards the end of the season, we realized that, you know, we may be 1 or 2 games outside the playoff race, and now we can't make it. So it feels good to win these early games, especially these conference games, division games, you know, early on, because we know they mean a lot, you know, later in the season.
Did you guys were a touchdown underdog with the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. Did that at all, I mean, you may not say it out publicly, but did in the back of your mind, y'all sit there and say, for real? They really think that they could beat us by a touchdown or more? Did that motivate y'all at all?
Well, I think, you know, playing against the Dallas Cowboys in general, right? Like, you know, going to that stadium, you know, like that's one of the most exciting, you know, atmospheres, you know, in the National Football League. So, you know, they have everything, you know, already set up, you know, for a great challenge, right? Like, so anytime teams like that on the schedule, and then too, like those guys hadn't lost at home, I think, in 2 years. So for us, man, like we knew this was an important game. And then too, we knew we were going to be able to you know, play against a team that, you know, has made the playoffs, you know, in the last couple seasons.
Hey, look here, honey badger. I'm on the bandwagon. I told them last week because they all picked the Cowboys, and I picked y'all. So I'm on the bandwagon. You see, I got the chain.
The Cowboys.
Listen. They picked the Cowboys. They picked the Cowboys. So I just know that. But anyway, I wanted to ask you, man, which team in the NFC South do you see could be y'all biggest competition?
Biggest competition? I mean, you know, all those teams try to get better.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta's gotten better. And then Tampa, too, I think they have a great thing going. You know, obviously, you know, Atlanta is one of those rivalry games. And then, too, I think with Tampa, like, those guys have, you know, won the division. You know what I mean? So, obviously, man, like we got to find a way to beat those guys this year because those guys are the reigning, you know, division champs.
Right.
Okay, just want to clear that up. Like, that was fake news.
Yeah, literally.
Paul got his chain on.
Look, how do I have this? I picked y'all.
Yes, he did have the chain.
Honey Badger, fact check on Paul. Everybody in America know damn well I done picked the Cowboys last week.
All right, Key didn't pick the Cowboys.
So he just playing politician and sit up here lying.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Just wanted to clear that up. But you were a little overlooked to start the season. How did you guys feel coming into the season? I know I asked you how confident you are now, but you did come out and have these 2 really impressive performances. But how did you come into the season feeling? Because, you know, there were a lot of people overlooking you. There wasn't the big expectations. We knew it would be a competitive division. But what was it about this team at the beginning of the year that really put you guys in position to be where you are now?
Well, I think it really started in the spring. You know, like our coaches really, you know, began to challenge us like we weren't doing enough. You know, like we weren't doing, you know, really what it took to win, right? And so I think, you know, throughout the spring, throughout the summer, and then training camp, we went away for like a little over a month. Like we was in California, you know, as a team. And so I think that definitely played a big part because, you know, I mean, like it made guys come closer, you know? So I feel like this Saints team is the kind of representation, you know, that makes anybody that's, you know, rooting for the Saints proud because, you know, we're a tight-knit bunch this year, you know, and you don't always have that, you know, in the NFL, but this season feels different, you know, and everybody's just kind of pulling in the same direction.
2 of the older guys on the team, in Alvin Kamara and Derek Carr, certainly in the first 2 games have stepped up, especially AK running the football, hit his age. How impressed are you with the way that they've approached the offense this year? 91 points in the first 2 games. Hadn't seen that in a very long time in the National Football League.
Nah, I mean, it's fun to watch, you know, and as you know, man, like practicing against those guys, it's kind of hard to gauge, you know, like how explosive they really going to be, you know, because when we put pads on, we can't really tackle each other. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, but as we all know, man, like once you get to the season, like that's when things begin to be real. But like it's exciting, man. Like, and I think those guys are excited too, you know, to be able to be in an offense like that that's up to date, that's you know, versatile. They move each other around. I think one play, he was a running back, Taysom was the fullback, and Alvin Kamara was the X. And so I think just all those type of things that they're doing, I think they're making the game, you know, fun again for those guys on that side of the ball.
All right, Honey Badger, I was fortunate enough to play for a championship team in Boston, and I just remember in training camp and all throughout the season, we talked about winning a championship before it even happened. Now, what would it mean for you guys to get to the Super Bowl, being that it's in New Orleans this year, and do you guys talk about it? What would it mean to you in the city?
Man, that'll mean a lot. You know, I still remember when Drew Brees and those guys won it my senior year of high school, right? Like, and like what that did for the city, like how it, you know, just kind of, you know, gave the city life, man. And you know, like we still talk about that, like to this day. You know what I mean? When the Saints won that Super Bowl,
Right.
and like I've played in 2 Super Bowls. I've won one and I've lost one, and I recognize like how hard it is. Like everybody has to be pulling in the same direction or it just won't work. And I think, you know, obviously you have to be able to stay healthy and you have to be able to play your best football when it matters the most.
Right.
You know, so all those things are like still so far out, you know, in front of us.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like all we can do is kind of control we can control, you know,
Right.
win our division, punch a ticket to the playoffs, and then we could kind of, you know, start to talk about that. But
Right.
man, that's a long road, and as you know, being a former champion, like it's a lot of work that has to go into it. And but
Absolutely.
I do feel like we're off to a good start, you know, as far as that goes.
I want you to follow me along real quick, Honey Badger, and I want you to listen to me very careful because I don't want to get you in trouble here, right? I want you to listen to me
You
very
gotta
carefully.
watch Key with his question.
No, I got to ask him because it would be wrong for me to get him on our show and not ask him as part of the host committee of the Super Bowl and the community champion, and being from Louisiana,
Yeah.
how he felt when he heard the news that Lil Wayne wasn't going to be the main attraction. No, I'm just asking. Versus K-Dot at the Super Bowl. I just want to know from me to him how he felt. And what was he shocked in his system to learn that?
That's fair.
Well, I wasn't shocked. I was definitely disappointed, man. Like, man, Lil Wayne for us growing up in New Orleans, man, like for so long, man, like that was our only shining light. You know what I mean? And you know, I remember being a little kid, man, and like just seeing those guys like out in public, right? Like they inspired us to want to really do good for ourselves. You know what I mean? And so, you know, whether he's performing in the Super Bowl or not, like I feel like Lil Wayne should be proud of the people, of the kids, you know, especially in New Orleans, that he continues to inspire. But you know, definitely heartbroken, you know, for him because I know like us in New Orleans, man, like we love where we from.
Yeah.
Like and every chance we get, we want to represent, you know, for each other. And you know, I know Kendrick is probably gonna do a great job because he's a showman, you know, and he has that going for him, right? But yeah, man, like it sucks that Weezy F Baby won't be, you know, headlining, you know, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was looking forward to. I just automatically assumed he was getting it. Automatic. It was just automatic. Like I just was, hey, okay, I'm gonna be at the halftime show.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna be very involved at the
At some
the
point.
week, you know, leading
at some
up,
point.
and he'll be present because that's his city, and yeah, he's a legend. How would you cover Keyshawn? Because Keyshawn talks a lot. You know, nobody could possibly
I'm not
cover him?
covering Keyshawn?
Yeah, how are you covering him?
Oh, that's light work. That's light work.
Man, don't get caught up in don't get caught up in this.
Hey, man, I think they sleep on Key, man.
Man,
like,
they be
Key
sleeping. They sleep because of my attitude. They don't get it.
Hey, Key was a bad boy, man. Key was a bad boy. I just probably hope that my coach calls zone. And, like, I could probably beat him to his catch point because, like, he's 6'3", man, 200 pounds. Like, he could jump out the water. So it's like, I feel like me and man coverage with him, he will probably win. But I think if I could get him in zone, I think I could probably beat him to his catch point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Every time a DB come on here, they're going to ask that question every single time.
I think that's a fair question.
No, it's a fair question, but like Honey Badger say, because I never really talk about my career publicly, just with us, people just, like he said, they sleep on it. They just sleep.
Oh, yeah.
If I throw in the film, wait, look though, Joy, if I throw in the film, I'll put my tape up with anybody. I'll put it up with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
We know you were great.
Oh, yeah.
He is also great. So we'd like to know how the greats
I'll tell you one thing I wouldn't want him doing, hitting me. That's what I wouldn't want, because he pack a punch for a little dude. I wouldn't want it, and I wasn't scared to get hit to go across the middle, but with a dude like that, he hit you right underneath that chin. It's night-night.
Well, you guys have the Eagles on Sunday. What do you have to do to move to 3-0?
Well, I think we just got to keep playing like how we committed to playing as a team. I think offensively, those guys just continue to do what they do on that side. I think defensively, if we could control the run game, get those guys at 3rd and longs, we're able to get our hands on footballs and, get sacks and strip sacks and different things like that. So we just got to continue to play the style of football that we committed to playing, with each other, and that's just fast, physical, violent, and playing with an edge. And, we're coming back home and, we're going to need our fans to be loud. We're going to need them. We feed off their energy. So it's going to be a great game. They got a lot of great players on their side of the ball, but yeah, man, it's all about attitude and just showing up, doing your job and playing hard for the dudes next to you.
Tyrann, is there anybody, you got 34 picks in your career, is there anybody in the past or even currently, presently, that you would like to just get a pick from, that you say to yourself, damn, I wish I would have got a pick from him, or I can't wait to see him?
Man, you know what? I always wanted to pick off Peyton Manning. I had one chance to play against him. I want to say this was maybe like 2014 maybe. And he had like 500 yards on us, 6 touchdowns. He was picking on us.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? So and I just remember leaving that game saying, man, like if I ever play against him again, I'm going to try to get him back. But I never had the opportunity to play against him again. But yeah, I still remember that, man. Like he absolutely had his way, with us that day.
All right, on a serious note, I got to bring it up. Nope. What's your thoughts on Key having y'all in his power rankings number 5? I mean, come on now. Come on now. Come on, man. He got y'all number 5. I told him.
I mean, I think respectfully, man, that's not a bad spot given that, probably nobody had us in the top 10 coming into the season. So,
all right.
I say like at least we're moving in the right direction. And obviously, man, Patrick Mahomes, like he's the best player in football. So it's kind of hard to argue with.
That's fair.
Those guys. And I think the Texans is another team that's, they play good offense and defense. Like you don't know if that team is an offensive team or a defensive team.
But the Niners lost last week and they in the top. They 4. Come on, at least bump y'all up 1. Come on, Key. Niners lost.
They were not in the top 6 last week at all. They was nowhere to be seen.
All right. All right. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Paul and I think you should be higher.
I'm just glad I can see us.
Hey, man.
I agree with you, Paul. We got a little bit more work to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
They want to be at the top at the end, not at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.